Hey guys, so you're thinking about buying a house with a VA loan. Here are some questions that you need to be asking the VA lender, and this can save you thousands and thousands of dollars. I've already saved my buyers thousands, so let's get right into it. And I've saved the best for last. So first off, what are your lender fees? Some big box lenders will actually charge a 1% origination fees. So if you're buying a $400,000 house, that's $4,000 that another lender wouldn't charge you. So just keep that in mind. Just because they have words that insinuate that they're for the military, it does not mean they're trying to save you money. So a pro tip here is to ask your real estate agent or your realtor who they would recommend, who is their go-to VA lender, and they'll share usually a list of lenders with you. Then you want to ask, what are your rates? So you're going to call that lender up and you're going to say, hey, my credit score is 700. I checked it yesterday or today. What would my rate be on a $400,000 house, on a $300,000 house, whatever your price range is? And just know that that rate can change every day. That rate can change. And after you're under contract and you submit a loan application, it officially gets locked in and your rate stays where it is. You can ask, do you offer lender credits? And it's super important to ask that because sometimes they'll waive the origination fee. Sometimes they'll waive the fee for appraisal. So that's $700-800 it can save you on top of these other things. So I personally have interviewed dozens of lenders, and I've got a handful of lenders that specialize in VA loans that look out for my veterans and look out for my active duty people. And they waive their origination fee, which is huge. That means you pay $4,000 less if you work with me. And my lenders are going to tell me if they change any of their policies, because I won't be using a lender who charges you a 1% fee for origination. So just keep that in mind. There are ways to save money here. So some of them offer lender credits and they'll waive that appraisal fee for you. That can save you an additional $700, $800, $900 depending on where you are. Next, can you provide a net sheet, a loan estimate, or a fee sheet? So all these words mean the same thing. And you're basically just asking them, like, what are my closing costs going to be? Because yeah, it's a 0% down loan. That means you put 0% down toward your loan. You got a $100,000 house. Okay. If you had to pay 10% down, that means you'd be bringing 10 grand, right? So you're 0% down, nothing toward the loan. So you can just buy that house the way it is. But you will have closing costs. You'll have escrow fees. You'll have title fees. You'll have taxes. You'll have likely, and you might have an appraisal fee. You'll have a survey fee. Things like that add up. It's typically 3% of the sales price, and I always try to aim it a little high. I'd rather you hear 3% from me, and that it's actually 2% or 2.5% than the other way around. So keep that in mind. So when you're asking for that, if they don't provide you with a loan estimate after you're talking to them, and you ask for a fee sheet or a net sheet, a loan estimate sheet, this is your estimated closing costs. So this gives you an idea of what you'd have to bring to closing. But if you work with me, we can negotiate some of these closing costs into the seller so that the seller would cover them. So it doesn't mean just because you're not comfortable with 3% doesn't mean I can't get you to the closing table. Sometimes we can ask them to cover some of the closing costs if you don't have cash. Now, if you have cash, it makes it a lot smoother if you cover your own closing costs, but we can work around things for you. Another thing is, what is my estimated monthly payment? So you look in different price ranges and you throw that out to them. Say, hey, what is my estimated monthly payment in the $400,000 range? And here's my information. So what are we looking at? Like, what do you think my monthly payment would be at $400,000? And they'll be able to tell you, hey, here's where your monthly payment would be if you bought this house. And tell them specifically what house you like. It doesn't mean you have to buy it. They're just giving you an estimate. And if they say, oh, this is $4,000 a month, maybe you don't feel comfortable with that. Maybe you're currently paying $2,000 and you're thinking that's double what I pay right now. So that won't work. So we know we have to lower your price range. And you can even bounce those ideas off of the lender by saying, hey, what price range would my monthly payment be closer to $3,000 or $2,000? And they can help you there. So I'll put this list in the description so you can look at it and refer back to it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're looking to buy a home or sell a home in the Emerald Coast of Florida, I'd love to help you. If you're looking to buy a home anywhere else in the world, I can hook you up with a great agent if I'm not licensed in that area. But anyway, my name is Sonja Rankin with Realty One Group Emerald Coast. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.